Lesson 6-4, we're going to be talking about employee benefits. We're going to understand and calculate the value of certain employee benefits here. So some of our key terms, employee benefits, well, what are they? They are value-added options that an employer may choose to offer an employee. Typically, these benefits are in forms of insurance, so you have your health insurance, your life insurance, your disability insurance. You can also end up with paid vacation time, paid holiday time, retirement plans, stock ownership plans, and child care leaves. Insurance. What is insurance? Well, you either have health, life, or disability, and it helps to cover costs of medical bills, funeral costs, or everyday bills if you are unable to work due to a disability. Paid vacation time. This is paid time off that an employer may offer their employees as an employee benefit. So if you want to take some time off to go away on vacation, certain companies will actually pay you that if you've been there for a certain amount of time. Paid holiday time, this is where you get paid for working certain holidays. The next one is retirement plans. This means that employers may offer how you can save for retirement. Typically, these types of plans include pensions or 401ks. Stock ownership plans, these are a plan that allows employees to buy or receive company stock, usually offered as an employee benefit. So again, these are all benefits of being an employee for a company. Child care leave, this allows employees paid time off to care for sick children or for newborns. Family health care, this covers all members of the immediate family for health care bills that are outlined in the health care coverage plan. So immediate family, so if the mom has the insurance, it would cover her husband and it would cover all of her children. That's the immediate family. Individual health care, this covers only the employee, so it doesn't cover the family. The pension is a form of compensation that an employee receives from an employer after retirement. So you pay into it, and then after working there for so many years, they give you a pension, which is basically a salary, a small portion of your salary. Unemployment insurance. This is a government program that offers benefits to eligible employees who have lost their job or become unemployed. It's supposed to offer temporary assistance for people who are out of a job but looking for replacement employment. There are certain eligibility requirements that must be met. You must be actively searching for a job or working part-time as well. Base period, a fixed period of time that most states use in an unemployment insurance formula to determine weekly benefits. Usually it's an average of your last 26 weeks of work. Workers' compensation, this is assistance to employees who are injured while working at their job, a program that is governed by state laws. So this workman's comp or workman's compensation, if you get hurt at work, this will help pay for your bills if you can't go back to work right away. So what are the benefits of a job? So list some job benefits. Well, if you listen to the beginning with the key terms, there were some in there. Think of other ones. Ask your parents what they might have. What job benefits may be unique to salaried workers? So salaried workers, they don't work by the hour. They get a set rate of pay. Teachers are salaried workers. We have a salary, and every week our paycheck is exactly the same. And then, are there any requirements that a person who is collecting unemployment insurance must fulfill? You can look this up online. So use your phone, use your iPod, use your computer. Are there any requirements that a person who is collecting unemployment insurance must fulfill? So these questions must be done on a separate sheet of paper as well as in your notes. And we move on to our examples. Alan works for a printing company. It has been a little over 4 years since he was hired. He now makes $54,080 per year. When he was hired, he was told that he had 5 days of paid vacation time. For each year that he worked at the company, he would gain another 2 days of paid vacation time to a maximum of 20 days. How many paid vacation days does he get now at the end of 4 years of employment, and how much will he make during the time he is on vacation? So the best way to do this is go ahead and set up a chart. So we're going to take a look over here. So we need to figure out how many days does he get at the end of 4 years, and how much will he make during the time he is on vacation. So if we look at this chart here, so the number of years worked. When he was hired, he started with 5. After his first year, he was given an extra 2, so he's up to 7. After 2 years, he was up to 9. After 3 years, they gave him another 2, so he had 11. And after 4 years of being there, he was up to 13 years. So there's the first part of that question. The second part of this question, which you're going to need to finish on your own, to calculate how much he will be paid for vacation days, you're going to do a couple things. First, you're going to calculate his weekly salary. If you flip back a little bit there, you'll see that his salary was $54,080 per year. He gets paid weekly, so you need to take this value and divide it by 52 because there are 52 weeks in a year. So you need to go ahead and do that. 13,080 divided by 52 and get his weekly salary. With that, you're going to multiply his weekly salary by 13 over 5. How did I get 13 over 5? Well, he has 13 vacation days according to our chart because he's been there for 4 years, and there are 5 days in a work week. So 13 divided by 5. That's how we get how many vacation days he has. So you multiply his weekly salary, which is 54,080 divided by 52. Get that answer, multiply that by 13 over 5, or which comes out to be 2.6. And you will figure out how much he is paid while he is on vacation. So not even having to be at work, he took vacation days, he'll get paid a certain amount of money. So go ahead and finish this question in your notes, please. Check your understanding. Let X represent the number of working years and Y represent the number of paid vacation days. Based on the table that we created, write an algebraic equation that models the relationship between these two variables. So here's your clue. You're going to need Y equals mx plus b. You need to tell me what the change is and what his starting value is, what his b was. So you need to finish this in your notes as well as turn this in on a separate sheet of paper, please. Example 2. Frida's employer offers her family health care. Frida must contribute 12% of the cost, and her employer will cover the rest. Frida gets paid on a bi-weekly basis, and she noticed that $88.50 is taken out of each paycheck for her portion of the contribution to the family health care coverage. How much does Frida's employer contribute to her coverage? So there's a couple pieces to this because we want to find out the employer contribution. So the first thing we have to do is find what Frida contributes. Well, we know that $88.50 is taken out of her paycheck every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks means she gets 26 paychecks because that's bi-weekly. So $88.50 times 26 is $2,301. This value here is 12% of the total amount. So there's your equation to help you with the next piece. Because the next piece says we have to write an equation and solve for x. So this sentence right here is how we're going to create our next equation. So this 2301 is 12% of the total amount. So 2301 is means equals 12%. I have to convert that to a decimal. Of means multiply, the total amount being x. So I have 0.12x equals 2301. You need to go ahead and tell me what x is here, please. Find out the amount that the employer pays. So go ahead and complete this problem. X will get you the total amount. We know that she contributes 2301. You need to tell me what the employer pays. So go ahead and finish this problem in your notes, please. Check your understanding. We're going to go ahead and skip this question. So in your notes, please write skip. Example 3. Marina works at Washington Performing Arts Center. Her employer offers her a pension. Marina's employer uses a formula to calculate the pension. A retiring employee will receive 1.5% of their average salary for the last 5 years of employment for every year worked. Marina is planning on retiring at the end of this year. After 25 years of employment, Marina would receive this amount each year until her death. Her salaries for the last 5 years were $88,900, $92,200, $96,000, $98,000, and $102,000. So we need to calculate Marina's pension here. Well, there's a couple pieces that we have to do here. First, we need to find the average of her last 5 years of working. So you need to do that piece, find the average. Here's her last 5 pieces. After you find the average, you need to take 1.5% of that average. Of, again, means multiply. I can't have the percent in there, so I need to convert this to a decimal. So it's going to be 0.015 of the average. Once you have that value, you're going to multiply that by the number of years that she worked, and that is what she's going to receive per year until she dies. So go ahead and finish this problem. And check your understanding. We're going to go ahead and skip this question. And example 4. In Reese's state, the weekly unemployment compensation is 60% of the 26-week average for the 2 highest salaried quarters. So quarters, again, that's half a year in here because we're talking about 2 quarters. So that's 6 months. As if you were to break down the year into quarters, so 12 divided by 4 is 3 months. So every 3 months, we're looking at 2 of them, which gets me 6 months. A quarter is 3 consecutive months. For July, August, and September, he earned $9,024. In October, November, and December, he earned a total of $9,800. We need to determine Reese's unemployment compensation. So we need to find the total for the 2 quarters. So what did he make in the first quarter here and in the second quarter here? So you need to find the total. Total means add. Then you need to find the weekly average. So this was a 26-week average. So your total divided by the number of weeks, which was 26. Once you have that value, you need to take 60% of, so again, here comes that percent of, so convert 60% to a decimal. Of means multiply by the weekly average. So that will be your answer there. That amount is the amount he will receive if he is under the maximum amount allowed by his state. Every state is different, so it depends on how much you make to calculate your maximum value. So you need to go ahead and finish this question in your notes, please. Check your understanding. You are actually going to do this question on a separate sheet of paper. Wanda lives in the same state as Reese. Her weekly unemployment compensation is $360. What were the total 26-week earnings for her highest 2 consecutive quarters of employment? So if you work backwards from example 4, you will actually be able to do this problem. Very similar. You're just going in the reverse order here. So you need to complete this question on a separate sheet of paper, please. And the extend your understanding. Lara lives in the same state as Reese as well. Lara made the same weekly salary for each of the 26 weeks in her 2 highest consecutive quarters. She will receive a weekly unemployment compensation check for $570. What was Lara's weekly salary when she worked for her company? So this question also is a little bit harder, but you can do it. You need to finish this in your notes and turn it in on a separate sheet of paper, please.